So, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by how fast tech is moving, or just found yourself wondering, where is all of this actually heading? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're jumping right into our immediate future. And honestly, it's a wildly fascinating and really empowering ride. In this explainer, we're going to unpack a literal survival guide for the digital age, built on insights that will completely change how you view your career and your everyday life.
Let's kick things off with a massive question. What is the world going to look like exactly 13 years from now? I know, it kind of sounds like the setup for a sci-fi movie. But what if there's an actual roadmap that gives us the answer? Not just some wild guess, but a highly educated, historically grounded projection of the future we are actively stepping into right this second. Section 1. Meet the Digital Prophet, Kevin Kelly.
Now, to really get this roadmap, we've got to meet the mapmaker. Back in 1992, Kevin Kelly dropped a book called Out of Control. He literally predicted the massive rise of the internet, virtual reality, and crowdsourcing years before most of us even had a clunky desktop computer at home. His predictions were so spot on that the directors of The Matrix actually made their lead actors read the book before filming. Then, in 2016, his book The Inevitable laid out the 12 tech forces shaping our future. And that brings us to today and the whole focus of our explainer, his latest deep dive on the next 5,000 days.
And his street cred goes way beyond just writing amazing books. Kelly was the founding executive editor of Wired magazine. They basically wrote the cultural and business playbook for the 90s digital age. Even before that, he edited the Whole Earth catalog, which Steve Jobs famously called Google on paper. So this guy is the ultimate bridge between counterculture thinking and the explosive Silicon Valley tech boom.
But the most absolutely crucial thing to grasp is how he actually views technology itself. Check out this philosophy. Technology has its own life. We cannot stop it, we can only guide it. See, he doesn't see tech as just cold, dead metal, or some rigid lines of code. He views it as the seventh biological form. It literally has its own evolutionary path. So instead of fighting it, we really need to treat it like raising a child, guiding its growth instead of trying to shut it down.
Section 2. The Asian Exclusive Prophecy.
Now, you might be rushing to your local bookstore right now to grab this new book in English, but here's the catch. It actually started as a series of super in-depth interviews by the renowned Japanese journalist Kazumoto Ono. It was then put together and published first in Japan as this really cool dialogue-style book of predictions. Right now, it's mainly out there in Asian markets, specifically in Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. So think of this explainer as your exclusive window into a curated conversation that has absolutely captivated Asia.
And that title, right? 5,000 days. That translates to roughly 13 years, and it is such a deliberate choice. It's not so far out that it feels like pure fantasy, but it's not so close that we can't do anything to prepare for it. It's this perfectly digestible window of time for us to wrap our heads around the massive shifts coming and actually strategize for them.
Section 3. The third wave. Enter the mirror world. To really grasp Kevin Kelly's biggest, most mind-bending prediction, the mirror world, we have to look at the logical stepping stones of our digital evolution. Phase 1 was all about digitizing information. Think the early World Wide Web, linking up human knowledge. Phase 2, which is where we're living right now, is the digitization of people and relationships through social media. Phase 3, which takes over the next 5,000 days, is the digitization of geography and physical entities. We're moving from connecting data to connecting us to literally connecting physical reality itself.
So, what does that actually mean? Well, the mirror world is the complete, total fusion of physical and digital spaces, where literally every single object gets a digital twin. I know, it sounds like some heavy tech buzzword bingo, but think of it like this. We are talking way beyond just strapping a heavy VR headset to your face or catching digital monsters on your phone.
In the mirror world, a digital information layer just seamlessly floats right over our actual physical reality. Imagine throwing on a totally normal-looking pair of glasses and instantly seeing the world enriched with real-time data. Every building, every street, every single object you interact with has a digital counterpart. This digitization of everything is going to completely reinvent how we interact with our environment. It's going to be a deeply connected, intensely interactive, everyday experience.
Section 4. AI, the artificial alien.
And the absolute engine driving this entire mirror world? Artificial intelligence. Now, the common fear we constantly see splashed across the media is that AI is this artificial human built to just outright replace us.
But Kelly's vision flips that entirely on its head. He calls AI an artificial alien. It is not human. It does not think like you or me, and the second we stop treating it like a human replacement and start viewing it as a completely non-human collaborator, we instantly flip our mindset from fear to genuine curiosity.
Because AI's true value, it isn't about perfectly mimicking human thought. Not at all. Its real value is in unlocking a totally new dimension of problem solving. AI can dive into this massive ocean of complex data and pick out micro-patterns that our human brains literally are not biologically wired to see. It's a fundamentally different type of intelligence, and honestly, that distinct difference is exactly what makes it a superpower.
Which brings us to a really staggering prediction. 1 million. Over the next 5,000 days, Kelly predicts we are going to see 1 million people collaborating in real time on a single project. By using AI as this universal translator and super manager of massive complexity, we're going to smash right through language and geographic boundaries. We're essentially building a global brain. Humans and our artificial aliens working side by side to solve massive, macro issues like climate change that we'd never ever solve on our own.
Section 5. Your Future Survival Guide.
Okay, let's bring these giant, futuristic concepts back down to Earth. What does all this mean for your career trajectory and your daily life? If you take away just one single thing from our explainer today, let it be this exact philosophy. The best job is not to compete, but to create an unprecedented position. Really let that sink in for a second. In a world where AI is evolving this fast, trying to outcompete a machine at a standard, existing task, that's an incredibly dangerous losing game. So here are your 2 super clear steps to survive and thrive. Step 1. Stop replicating existing human skills. If a task can be memorized, put into a routine, or automated, just step back and let the AI take it. Step 2. Find what only you and AI can do together. Your true evolutionary ticket forward is finding a symbiotic relationship with this tech. You bring the human spark, the creativity, the empathy, the ethical compass. And the AI brings the raw processing muscle and that crazy alien pattern matching.
To actually pull that off, we need 3 massive mindset shifts. First up, move from ownership to access. In the mirror world, owning physical stuff matters way less than your ability to instantly access a service exactly when you need it. Second, treat optimism as productivity. Kelly points out that pretty much all great inventions come from optimists. When you're staring down the uncertainty of the next 13 years, rational optimism isn't just a good mood. It is a literal survival strategy. And third, value connection over isolation. Pure value isn't going to come from some lone genius locked in a room anymore. It's generated by the dynamic connections we build between people, data streams, and intelligent machines.
Which leaves us with one final, deeply provocative question I want you to really chew on. In the next 5,000 days, what is the one thing only you and AI can build together? Remember, the future isn't just this thing that passively happens to us. It's a reality we actively co-create alongside our technology. So take a good hard look at the tools right in front of you, keep that curiosity alive, and go build something absolutely unprecedented.